I worked as a claims processor at a mid-size insurance office for 4 years. My manager, I'll call her Renee, took over the department 8 months before this happened, and she ran it like a surveillance state. Bathroom breaks were timed. A 90-second conversation with a coworker about a weekend plan got flagged as unauthorized socializing. Then one Friday she called me into her office and handed me a written warning for excessive time away from my desk, citing exactly 11 minutes across the week that I'd spent refilling my water bottle and using the restroom. I asked her what the actual policy said, because I'd never read it closely. She slid the employee handbook across the desk like she'd won something. So I read it. All 214 pages. And I found out Renee had been quietly ignoring dozens of rules herself to keep the department moving fast, rules that, if followed to the letter, would slow everything to a crawl. So I decided to follow every single one, perfectly, starting Monday. The handbook required a supervisor countersignature on any claim file over $5,000 before it left a processor's desk. Renee had let us self-approve for over a year to hit her numbers. I stopped self-approving. Every file over 5,000 went to her desk and sat there, because she was the only certified countersigner and she was in back-to-back meetings most days. The handbook also required a 15-minute equipment check at the start of every shift, log the results in the binder, sign and date. Nobody had done this in years. I started doing it every single morning, in full, out loud enough that 2 coworkers started doing it too, because they didn't want to be the ones who forgot. Within 2 weeks, my queue looked spotless on paper and completely backed up in practice, because I was doing exactly, precisely, and only what the handbook said, no shortcuts, no favors, no filling in for the intake team like I used to. Claims that used to close in 3 days started taking 9. Renee's numbers, the ones she reported up to regional, cratered. She called me in again, furious, asking why I'd suddenly become so slow. I told her I was just following the handbook, the same one she'd given me, and asked if she wanted me to stop following company policy. She couldn't say yes to that in front of HR, who I'd looped in the week before, just in case. Regional did an audit. Turns out Renee had been cutting corners for over a year to inflate her team's speed metrics for her own bonus. She was gone within 6 weeks. My warning was rescinded and, weirdly, quietly deleted from my file entirely. I never raised my voice once. I never missed a rule. I just made sure every rule got followed at the exact same time.